for her, and then I will go straight to the point at the moment so that we don't miss her. Happy Children's Day once again. Now we want to welcome Coach Herdiana Dewi Nurfika from Indonesia. And she's going to also share with us very important topic as well. We have gathered all these topics because I think we all need it at this time so that we can improve ourselves and also renew our mindset for transformation. So Coach Herdiana Dewi Nurfika will be sharing with us on relationship among leaders. Relationship among leaders and promoting integrity and peace. Coach Herdiana Dewi Nurfika from Indonesia is an entrepreneur, satisfied NLP practitioner and life coach, mental health advocate, and international speaker. Coach Herdiana is a Coach Diana, as they call her, is an entrepreneur. She's founder and CEO of Bliss Education Center, Branson Fame, and HND Stuff. Besides that, she's also certified entrepreneurship and business coach at ACT and REBT therapist, certified NLP master practitioner, TELSO certified by Arizona State University, USA, certified employee performance coach, certified professional workshop facilitator, emotional intelligence trainer, certified group life coach, mental health advocate. In her leadership journey, she received some awards such as 2DSA Empower Her Award, Top Inspiring Global Voices 2024, awardee of Exclusive and Extraordinary Remarkable Icon of the 2023 by Ecoham Foundation and APDH and many other international awards. As mental health advocate, she becomes the best mental health advocate in 2023 by MHI Network and got media coverage over 100 news in UK and US. She also has community called Pool Empower that she provides on social media to empower well-being. Certified sales coach, certified software healings therapist practitioner, certified energy and boundary, certified meditation teacher. So allow me now to welcome her to share with us her own wealth of wisdom, knowledge, and experiences. You are welcome. She is also our leader from Indonesia as the YYCI Indonesia president. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen, for your great introduction. And thank you for the other speakers for allowing me to speak the next presenter because, yeah, I got connection issues since last week. So now please let me share my screen.
You can.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so as our queen already introduced me, so I'm just going to quick out. I'm from Indonesia and I'm basically an entrepreneur. I'm truly honored and grateful for the invitation from our queen in this relationship matter conference because I think it's really important. And I know we have so many sessions about the mindset, relationship, and so on. And I want to show how it's actually our brain in today's session going to connect each other, going to actually create one connection to the other connection. So as you can see in this video, apologies, I'm being quickly because I'm afraid that I might get kicked out again because of the connection. Okay, so as a leader, we know sometimes we had challenges, sometimes we had setbacks. We one day we might think like I'm happy, the other day maybe we think like I'm a bad leader and so on. But we have to maintain a really great mindset as a leader, as our queen always mentioned to us. So when we think everything, either it's positive or negative, it's going to create a new neurons in our brain. Okay, and this is hardwired, and all the things, whether something you are doing, something you are seeing or touching, and everything is going to create a new neurons. Okay, let's say yesterday I'm so happy, and then 3 years ago or maybe 15 years ago I have such a mixed signals. It's going to record on my brain. Okay, so that's why sometimes we can recall the memories, either it's bad, either it's good or happy memories. That's why also when we are getting adult, we still remember our childhood memory. Okay, so as we begin the things, the new thought, it's going to create the other new neurons. Okay, this millions of neurons on our brains has such a glue. Okay, so if you think like you are happy, you're a great leader, the other day you think like you're a failure, no one likes you as a leader, then it's going to create new neurons too on your brain. Okay, but the thing is, oh, there is a glue, like I have said before, on your brain for the neurons. So once you try to make your thoughts in a good manner, in a positive manner, with the growth mindset, you can make the positive neurons connection stronger, because the neurons is not going to last forever. Okay, so if you persist, the loudest voice, either it's positive or negative, it's going to win on your brain. That's why our queen mentioned in the beginning, we need to do affirmation. People sometimes fake it until you make it. That's true, because that's how our brain works. That's how our neurons make connection. Right now you are listening to me, you are watching my presentation, you literally create a strong connection in your neurons. Okay, so again, as a leader, even if you find any challenges or setbacks, it's okay to have a thought like, oh my god, why is it so difficult? That's normal, because we are a human. Okay, what's not normal is being sad all the time and also blaming ourselves all the time because of small setback or small failure, for example. So we can always try new again, we can always try something new with a great mindset. So please remember that whatever that you are thinking, you are seeing, it's always going to create new neuron connections. So please be mindful. Okay, so when we talk about relationship, about leader, I think it's truly important to notice the power of trust. Okay, because it's such a two-way street. Because trust is a two-way street, as you know, like if I trust you and you don't trust me, then there is no connection, there is no relationship that we can building. Okay, so as leaders, we must demonstrate integrity through our actions, and keeping promises really important, and being fair, it's truly important too, because when we don't follow our words, when we don't keep promises, then who is going to believe? Okay, it means like we don't even cannot be true to ourselves. Okay, so as leaders, we should, for example, share information openly and be approachable to questions. Okay, just because you are leaders and also you are in a good let's say community to others, it doesn't mean that your word is the only one word. We can always be approachable, mean that we allow other people to ask questions to ourselves. And at the same time, as a leaders, we should also empower our team if we have teams or organization or even company. And then once you trust in your team, please also trust them to their skills, because when you don't even trust your team skills, then it's not going to get very far. For example, our queen has other people to assign to this to do something, and then maybe the other person to do something too, and then she make a great collaboration around the world. Okay, so when we have open communication and active listening, it's going to build the trust even in a stronger level. Like we can always communicate. Oh, let's say I just said to queen like, apologize queen, I got locked out because of my connection, and she's listening, she is trying to understand my situation. That's how a leader should act. Okay, and then also always empower. For example, I'm picking from the quick, yeah, Queen, I just got cut off, and then she's trying to give me advice. Please restart your laptop or something. You can try to open this thing. That's how leader should be aware about their action, not blaming people easily. And then next is when we want to promote integrity and peace, it means that we need to leading with ethics. Okay, because leader who act with integrity set the moral compass for the organization. Imagine if you have a leader who don't have enough integrity, who don't see moral as an important thing within the organization, then you can see how's their team members, how's the vision mission not aligned with what they are doing. Sometimes we see that one organization, one company has a really great vision and mission, but when the leaders mess up with their attitude, with their integrity, it's just like a fake for the members, like what we are doing here actually. Okay, so ethical decision actually foster the trust and promote peaceful work environment. When we follow the ethics, when we do our work with integrity, we can truly promote a peaceful work, which is not going to cause any mental health issues. We sometimes, as a leaders or as a team members in organization or in company, sometimes we forgot that everything that we are doing while working can cause the stress. And when we are not living in a healthy environment, then it's not going to bring peaceful. It's just only going to bring the stress, burnout, and we just wait. Okay, maybe in 30 days, in a year, we might burn out and just explode, which is going to be worse, because that time it's going to be like cut off relationship with other people, either it's with the other leaders or maybe with the team members. And as leaders, we also have to be aware the potential biases and conflicts of interest. No one is perfect. There is no organization is perfect. There is no company is perfect, but we are trying. Okay, as leaders, we have to see the potential biases that might cause from our employee or from our team members. That's fine. There is always conflict in everywhere. Okay, nothing is perfect, and that's where we grow. We can grow even from seeing the conflicts to viewing it as something that we can acknowledge as the potential leverage growth moment for our organization. Okay, let's say there is a communication issue between members or the other members, or between one leader to the other leader. Once we get in that a position, or when we try to approach or being the advisement for those conflicts, then we actually enhance our communication skills too. So we can see, or we have to see this kind of the things from the wider view. Okay, and open communication and fair treatment is always important, because when we don't put label, sometimes we only listen from one side while ignoring the other side. It means that we are not having open communication and we didn't treat people at the same way. And as leaders, once that I recognize is, please don't put label to other people before you do your investigation, your supervising, and so on. Because once you put label, your brain is going to tell your mind, your body to act differently, because there is something called like cognitive thinking skill, like our thought drives our action, and our action is going to drive our result. For example, if I think like, oh, John, you are such a horrible worker, you cannot meet any deadline. If I put label, oh my God, this person is just a person who cannot work, even before I meet him, I might think the other bad thoughts, which cause that I try to avoid. And the result is I might ignore or replace that person. So it's going to make the relationship not good or not getting well. Okay, so please don't put label to the other person unless you truly put efforts to supervise or to really see what's actually the matter. Next is the value of networking. Like we can build a bridge and expanding horizon. For example, like we can see in here today, our queen is streaming from the UK, our Madam Jenny from USA, I'm from Indonesia, there are speakers, I'm from India. That's what we are networking, okay? We know that networking allows you to build relationship with colleagues and potential partner, but always remember that networking also can damage either your reputation, organization, or your company. Okay, so strong networks can open doors to new opportunities and resources. For example, we become ambassador, we become a country director, we become president in YYCI because we are having a good networking and connection to the queen. But sometimes people forget that networking is not always about taking advantage, taking the good things from other, taking resources and taking everything. But when we talk about networking, it's also about offering support, giving support. For example, we are supporting Queen in here, and the other time Queen was also supporting me and supporting the other organization. That's what we are networking in a good way. But if you only, let's say, have organization and you only want to invite people to be in your place just to give it something to you, but you don't want to acknowledge, you don't want to appreciate other people, then it's such a selfish. Okay, and that's not a good example, and that's not how networking in a good manner. Okay, so when we want to network in a bigger scale, of course, we have to attend industry events. Sometimes we often make online conferences, as you can see in YYCI. We make anniversary. That's where we network to other people too. Okay, and when we open our social media, we always have to be aware what we actually seeing, what kind of the community that we are joining recently, or maybe what kind of the group that we join. It's truly important. So once you see a community like YYCI is such a family. Sometimes we cannot even call it organization or something because it's truly close. The connection is strong. So we call it like YYCI family. So the members feel like we are family. We are sharing the expertise. We are getting stronger as the experts by getting resource from the other people. Because like always, me as a speaker today, I listened Madam Jenny presentation before. So I also get resources from the other people. That's how we actually networking. But always don't forget that networking is also about giving, not always taking. Okay. So next is prioritizing well-being or leading by example. Let me take a quick example from our great Madam Jenny. You can see that how great she dressed herself, and then she also has said that she was wise when she was younger. That's how we can see how great she is right now. Okay, so when we prioritize well-being, when we put example, then we can share stories and ask people, let's say, follow our way. For example, Madam Jenny, she said that maybe she is not a doctor, but by what she is doing for herself, she can share with us how to prevent the health issue, and we can trust her because we can see how good she is from her dressing, her breathing, and everything is still in a synchronization in a good way. That's what we call leading by example. Can you even follow a person who's prevention to health issue, but let's say that person is not even represent having a good health? I'm sure that some people might not listen to that person, even though sometimes we can always say that we can listen anything from others, not by that person's story, but but by not that person background, but the powerful word or the story itself for the meaning. But sometimes we cannot lie. We put label even though it's only 50%, 20%, or 35%. And because not all people master to recognize it, okay? So a leader who prioritizes well-being sets a positive example for their team. But let's say I'm talking about leadership and I'm just treating my employees, for example, in a bad way. Can I even talk like that? For example, my admin, like I have 3 companies. Like if I treated them in not good way and I posted my flyer to talk about a good manner and so on, they might comment on my post, or they might think like I'm such a two-faces or something like that. So that's why we have to lead by example. And then again, taking care of your physical and mental health makes you a more effective leader. Imagine if you are being toxic to yourself. I'm not talking about to other, but to yourself. Can you even lead your team or to show or to make connection to other without being toxic? It's not going to be possible. I remember like 3 days ago, probably, I saw a video on Instagram by Robert Kirin. He is one of the favorite author of mine. He said that no one is actually doing something once. And I was like, is it really true? And I tried to recall what I have done in my life, and I just realized that he was right. No one is truly actually doing something once. Everything is a pattern, is repetitive. Right now, sometimes when I got locked out from the connection issue, I feel like, oh, I have to text the organizer quickly and so on. And there is other people, for example, who might like, okay, taking it slowly. They don't keep the words or they don't keep promises and so on. That's if you see that person doing that once, there is always big chance that that person has done it before too, because love is about a pattern. If you're being nice today, there's always big chance that you are going to be nice tomorrow. But if you have done something bad, either it has done to you or to the other person, it might going to be repetitive too. Okay. Next is encourage your team to prioritize their well-being through flexible working arrangement and wellness program. Well, if I say flexible, is not always about the yoga. Like earlier today, I had my presentation for the Europe organization. It's about the yoga, and I have told them that when we talk about flexible, it's not always being like flexible, our body move, make a cobra pose in a yoga mat and so on, but we also have to be flexible to ourselves, to other people. Don't be stubborn, because once we become a stubborn leader or maybe such a selfish leader, it's going to make us stress or so much pressure to our team, which is not going to maintain their well-being. Okay, so when we want to prioritize our well-being, of course, we need to do exercise, like Madam Jenny already mentioned. Because we have to avoid obesity, because if we notice, obesity can lead to many health issues. Okay, and then once we eat, as we live in advancement of technology, sometimes we realize that I took a pictures before I ate, before I finish my food, before my food come from the restaurant order, for example. It's not something that being mindful. And being mindful, it means that we are focused on the present moment, right now, right here, and then enjoy the foods, even though we truly want to share on social media what we just cook, for example, or what we just ordered, for example. Then as a leaders, we have to give the example that how to live mindful. What is mindful eating? Okay, if you are, let's say, and how about those YouTubers, if they are eating while talking? Well, we cannot always put everything as the same thing, because that's their job. Okay, if you are a teacher, if you're a professor, are you going to follow their way? You're not earning money from that way. So please act based on your, let's say, the way where your foot on the ground. Okay, don't compare yourself with other people in the other field, for example, because it's not going to be apple to apple. Okay, and then we always have a stress in our lives, even though like our queen already introduced me an ACD and REBT therapist. It doesn't mean that I don't have stress. ACD stands for acceptance therapy. And then also REBT is like rational emotional behavior therapy. So that's where we challenge our bad thoughts into a more positive way. So even though I'm therapist for those things, doesn't mean that I shouldn't think negatively. No, sometimes I cannot handle it. Sometimes I put label to people, but the difference between me and you, or maybe other people, is how we can stop it. And we can stop it through being mindful. Okay, we always have a full control over ourselves. We cannot control what other people think about us, what they say, how's their reaction, but we always have a choice to what we say to ourselves. Okay, So whatever, either you missed the deadline or something, please don't blame yourself too much, because again, like the video I show you, it's going to create new neurons on your brain. If you keep talking that to yourself again and again, the connection is going to strong. And then once you face or you met the very bad situation, all you remember is only those bad moments. That's why people have commit to suicide, because they keep having those negative thoughts. That's why we need to challenge our thoughts, even as a leader, okay? And it's normal to fail sometimes, because we are human, no one is perfect. So, okay, next is, I think this is the last slide, if I'm not mistaken, collaboration over competition. So we can build stronger teams, stronger connection. If we work in a company or organization, we have to celebrate the strength and the skills of our team members. Okay, we can delegate the tasks to make our life easier. Just because, oh my God, I think Rachel has a really better skill than me, then I don't want to put her for doing it, because it might make her shine even brighter. And then me as a leader, other people might not see me or something like that. No, don't do that, because as a leader, you have to see the vision, mission, get faster, or even reach the goal sooner, or not by delegating those tasks at the right people. Okay. And the next is truly important: few colleagues with more experience as resources, not threats, not jealousy, not enemy. Okay. Like in Indonesia, we call it, there is always something above you. Okay, even if you are a president, there might be someone who is richer than you, smaller than you, bigger than you, prettier than you, more intelligent than you. So there's always upper than you in everything. Even if you think, okay, I'm master in this field, I'm expert in this field, but there's a guarantee that always someone above you. Okay, and that's normal. That's how we make our world like this. Maybe we think like this country has truly advanced technology, but wow, suddenly other country just launched the missile, just launched the rocket. It means that their nuclear has a better recognition, or has the better technology, for example. There's always something above us in every cases. Okay, and when we see something like that, get close to that person. I ever have seen a quote. It says like, if you see really great potential from others, don't be enemy of them. Don't be jealous of them. Instead, make them in your team. So your team can really be great. Your team can really leverage in a bigger way, because you see them as resources. That's how we put our growth mindset, because growth mindset means also that we don't see the greater from other person as a threat, but we see as a potential collaboration. Okay, and again, collaboration leads to better result than competition, because when we talk about something better, so many people always talk like, oh my God, this is such a competition, I have to be better, I have to be the best, and so on. You can be the best version of yourself without even dragging other people down. That's what I believe. I can do my best to do my presentation, but it doesn't mean, oh my God, your presentation is bad or something like that. There is always people above us in every case, and we have to acknowledge it and admit it as a leader. Don't be too arrogant, okay? So build strong teams by fostering open communication and mutual respect is truly important. Imagine like someone just say like they are having health issue, or maybe one of their family member just passed away, and you say like, oh my God, you should attend this, you should join this, you have to make this deadline, blah blah blah. You don't have respect to that person's situation, and so on. You don't make an open communication, you only give order, then karma exists. Maybe that person is going to accept your attitude to that moment, but one day, sooner or later, some other people might say it to you. So always be wise from your actions, your words, and also even your thoughts, because even your thought is going to lead to your action because of our cognitive thinking style. And also, when we talk about mutual respect as leaders, you also have to understand we need to maintain our own boundaries. Collaboration, networking, that's so far. That's how we live as leader to grow, to leverage our organization, our company. But if you don't have boundaries, you always going to be burned out sooner or later. Because what? In order to networking, I have to say yes to everything. Okay. Yes, you can to accept when you have a time, and yes, you can acknowledge other people encouragement or also invitation. But sometimes, how about if you are having health issues, okay, and you cannot even say no to the other person, then it's going to even sabotage yourself. That's why I think there is a famous book, like they say, like the art of saying no or something like that, because I had like 3 or 5 clients, if I'm not mistaken, they just come for being able to say no, because the art of saying yes through all the times they're loved is actually putting down themselves. They neglect their own beliefs and also their own ability. That's why sometimes people who is super genuine, they also need to say no. And as leader, we also need to say no, even though we always want to network and collaborate, because sometimes we sabotage our vision mission just for networking, and the sake of, okay, I don't want to miss something, I don't want to this let's say this regret this opportunity or something like that. Being true to yourself is really important. Okay. So, okay, I come to the end of my presentation. Well, by fostering trust, integrity, and well-being, leaders empower their teams and build thriving organization, because we always need to lead by example. And remember that collaboration trumps competition is not actually good to see someone above us or with over skills than us is such a threat or even enemy. We can be ally because we can make a good or even better connection together, and then leverage the strength in your team to achieve remarkable result is truly important as a leader. Thank you so much for listening, for joining with all of us for this opportunity. I'm truly honored and grateful for this opportunity. I'm giving back to the Queen. And start sharing. Stop sharing.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful presentation. I'm glad that you were able to finish it up, because I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not gonna knock you out again, and then I start giving you some instructions of how to connect back. when
Yes,
I
I'm glad I can
when
finish
I
it.
really need to be concentrating and learning myself. Thank you so much, Coach Herdiana Dewi. You've presented a great, educative, and informative um, this morning. And I want to say thank you so much for your time of preparing it. And I hope it's not going to knock you out, because we still have Professor Kavita to speak to us. We still have Ambassador Ghosh to speak to us. And we still have another speaker that will be joining us later, and many, many well-wishers that will be joining us, because we are also going to launch a very important book. And guess what? Ambassador Sonatan Ghosh is the writer. And the book has been launched already, published and launched in on India language. So because he wanted to give me the honor and the special gift for this young lady called Elizabeth, so she involved me into it, and luckily we are now publishing it and launching it here in UK, where I reside at the moment. And it is also an opportunity and privilege for Y.Y.C.I International being the first publication for them. Because before it was somebody else, another publication that is doing our books, but now we are bold enough just because Ambassador Sonatan pushed us forward to say, why not? And if not, Y.Y.C.I International can stand on their own and be in control of their publishing books. So we give honor to Ambassador Sonatan Gosh, Director of English Language, for giving us that opportunity. Thank you. So that's why he's going to be here. Yes, he might be hopping out and coming in. We're going to launch the book, and at the same time, he's going to speak as well, speak about the book, and also he has a special topic as well for his own masterclass for today. So it's going to be a very busy day, even though it's bank holiday. Well, why I supposed to be having an extra sleep? But I enjoy what I'm doing. So, and it's healthy as well. Okay. But I just want to encourage you all, please take a glass of water and drink. You can stand up, you can stretch yourself, and keep smiling as Professor Kavita is going to tell us that. And be happy, enjoy what you are doing, you know. She is, I mean, let me not say too much. I have to stop